If I said to you the words football in Barcelona, you would instantly think of one club. To be fair, I can't really blame most people for thinking of FC Barcelona when you think of football within this city. The 27 times Spanish champions and the 5 times European champions usually play here. But this is the state of the Nou Camp at the moment. Look at it. Hala Madrid. He's in the wrong city. Yeah, the iconic Camp Nou. I couldn't come to Barcelona and not see it, to be fair, especially in the state it's in right now. A right sorry state. I've been here a few times, and actually one of my most viewed videos still is my Barcelona stadium tour video. They do make me cringe, my old videos. I did even see Messi play here right before COVID when the channel was in its early days. I think maybe my 10th video or something was from Barcelona. So yeah, 700 or so later and we're back in this city, but we're going to be showcasing the club who you're probably less familiar with. Unless you are an Espanyol fan, hello, thank you so much for watching, gracias, I really do appreciate it. Today I'm going to be showcasing your club, not FC Barcelona, the team that everybody really knows about from around the world within this city, but we are going to be exploring the royal club of Barcelona, and that is Espanyol. I woke up at 2:30 this morning to catch the flight over here, so it's time for a coffee and some breakfast before we head across the city to Barca's city rivals. For you, Espanyol, Barcelona? Yeah, Barcelona.
Toma, mira, mira.
The RCDE Stadium was the home of Espanyol from 1923 to 1997, and they do have their new modern stadium now that they've been playing in since 2009. And so where were they playing between 1997 and 2009? Well, they were playing here at the Olympic Stadium within Barcelona, which was built for the 1992 Olympics. I think it had been a stadium here since the 1920s, but they renovated it in the late 80s, ready for the early 90s Olympics. And look at it, proper classic Olympic stadium this. Grey seats, I guess, because it had to be neutral, I suppose, I'm not sure. It does remind me of the Olympic Stadium in Munich that we've made a video at before, but with the Nou Camp being renovated, this is where Barcelona are currently playing. So I think this has a capacity of around 60,000 people. So Barcelona and Espanyol, they're both quite lucky really that this city has hosted the Olympics, because there is this big neutral stadium, this neutral venue that they can use when their stadiums are being renovated. But yeah, as you can see, look, some of the branding in and around the stadium, and behind me up here, all Barcelona focused. But if we come around here, in 1997, RCD Espanyol became the resident football club until 2009. It's pretty cool how you can just walk straight in here to the Olympic Stadium and have a little quick look around. There's a little cafe in there for people to have a coffee in as well. But yeah, I feel like these stadiums, particularly the Olympic ones in a lot of cities that I visit, feel like they're for the people, and not all of them, but some of them you can just walk into and have a look a little bit like that. That's not the first Olympic stadium I've seen that with, and from looking at some of the little history bits on the wall on the way around there, it seems like the stadium was used as refugee camps during civil wars and demonstrations during quite bad times for the country. So yeah, not only has this stadium been used for both football clubs, it's also been used to help the people of this city as refugee camps, like I say. So yeah, I feel like this stadium has played a huge part in the history of this city. Gotta give a quick shout out to my dad as well. This is the first stadium outside of the UK I ever saw a game at. 2003, I saw Xabi Alonso play I think it must have been Espanyol versus Real Sociedad, and Xabi Alonso played for Sociedad. That's how long ago it was. It was the first game I ever saw abroad, and it was in this stadium. Think how many I've been to now down the years, particularly since having this channel, and it all began here. How could I come to Barcelona and not have an Estrella on a Tuesday afternoon? Of all the touristy things that you can do on a one-day trip to Barcelona, I bet not many people come to do the Espanyol Stadium tour. The second tier team, yeah, they're second tier. They got relegated recently and they are now in the Spanish equivalent of the Championship. Although they were La Liga founders in the first ever season of La Liga, they've been UEFA Cup finalists twice and they have won the Copa del Rey numerous times as well. So they are a big football club. So yeah, do you find it strange how this is the most modern stadium currently in Barcelona? Obviously you have the Olympic Stadium, which is more old and historic. You have the Barcelona Stadium, the Camp Nou, which is just a pile of dust right now. And then you have this one, which is a second tier stadium, yet it is probably the best facilities wise for football. I don't know how much they're going to tell us on the tour. Hopefully we get a good bit of info and we get a good tour guide, but to give you a little bit of context before we go in, Espanyol is one of a few clubs in Spain granted patronage by the Spanish crown, and that is why they're entitled to use the word Real in their name and put the royal crown on their badge. Alfonso XIII granted this right to Espanyol in 1912, and the club subsequently became known Real Club Deportivo Espanyol, RCD Espanyol, as you can see, look. There's a few famous examples of teams with Real in their name in Spain. Real Madrid, Real Betis. Can you think of any more? Let me know in the comment section below. Never thought I'd see Wolves getting a shout out on the side of the Espanyol Stadium, but there we have it. That's better.
Iago Aspas.
Iago Aspas, exactly.
Very good.
Nice one, man. If you know a little bit about your geopolitics, geography, history, that kind of stuff, particularly in this area of the world, then you'll know that in Catalonia, where Barcelona is based, there have been a few independence movements. Those independence movements are a little bit more closely aligned to Barcelona from what I can gather, and obviously with Real Espanyol being sort of linked to the royal patronage, they gave Espanyol the rights to use the name Royal and to put the crown on their badge like they've done with a few clubs. That obviously says there's a little bit of a divide socially and politically, I guess, between the two clubs. 6 days after the inaugural game here, friendly against Liverpool, which Espanyol won 3-0. They were away training in Italy and the captain of the club died of a cardiac arrest, and one of the nicest times between the two clubs of Barcelona really coming together was Iniesta during the World Cup final. Friends with the Espanyol captain, Iniesta wore a shirt underneath his actual football shirt, and when he scored the goal he took it off. Spain's most famous moment of all time, winning the World Cup final. The World Cup final winning goal, he revealed the name of his friend. Jordi,
Yeah,
you are the greatest tour guide in Barcelona.
in the world.
In the world,
Yeah, of
not
course.
just in Barcelona.
Of course.
Espanyol, I sometimes feel like they get forgotten about in the world because you're so close to Barcelona. But why is this club so special?
This club's special because I don't think that you have in Europe, that's what I know, in Europe, a club that's like a family. So if you come one day, if you have the opportunity to come one day to a match here,
Yep.
you will notice that everyone's so nice, if we're winning as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is like a family, and we have a phrase that's la fuerza de un sentiment, the strength of a feeling that everyone has in their minds in every match and when you go around. And as well, when you go around Barcelona, if two, you were talking about FC Barcelona, if two FC Barcelona fans meet each other with the shirt, they are not going to talk to each other. But
There's so many of them.
yeah.
Whereas with
of course.
Espanyol, it's
with
a little
Espanyol,
family,
if
yeah.
you find someone with the jersey of Espanyol,
You're like,
you-
Espanyol.
as well,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
And they are currently in the Segunda
Second division.
but their history has been mainly in the top division.
Yeah, so there are three teams in Spain that have never been relegated: Athletic Bilbao, FC Barcelona, and Real Madrid. And then you have Valencia with two relegations, sorry, and then you have Atletico Madrid and Espanyol.
Okay.
So we're the fifth, sixth with
Biggest
less,
club. Yeah.
biggest
So you deserve to be in the top division.
Yeah, we deserve it. This was the first manager in La Liga. So this is all the managers since 1929. That was
Yep.
the first year of La Liga.
Yep.
Espanyol was one of the 10 founders of La Liga.
And he's from England?
Yeah.
So he scored
Peter Spratt.
the first ever La Liga goal.
Yeah. So the first, also Espanyol, the first La Liga match was Espanyol against Real Unión de Irún.
Cool.
Okay.
And he scored the
Espanyol
first
won.
goal. And
Yeah.
you won as well.
He scored twice.
So as we can see up there, 1900 is when they were formed, but they've had a few name changes. I think they changed their name for
Yeah.
political reasons or something, but they won the cup in their 100th year.
Yeah, so our first name was Club Español de Fútbol. We also bring the name of Español because we wanted to put the selling point of that we were Spanish, because back then all of the clubs that were founded were usually founded by foreign people.
Yeah.
And
A lot of Brits founded a lot of Spanish clubs,
Yeah.
but you were formed just by Spanish people, right?
yeah, and university students.
Oh, cool.
That's a really special thing as well, because normally it's all the clubs are founded by businessmen that they just want to do money, and Espanyol was founded by university students because passion
Passion
And
for the sport, yeah.
yeah, also they wanted to have a place to play football.
Amazing. And these are
And-
your two other Spanish
Yeah,
cups then?
This one from 1929, and this one it's from 1940.
And you beat Real Madrid in both finals.
Yeah, in both. So this one's the final of water. So that you see that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, it rained a lot. This one's the shirt that Iniesta won in the World Cup.
So that's the actual one that he
Yeah.
wore in the final. Wow.
So when he scored the goal, he took off his Spanish jersey and showed
Yep.
this one that said Dani Jarque, always with us.
Yep.
Siempre con nosotros.
So Dani Jarque was your captain.
Yeah. He
In
only played
2009.
one game as a captain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So in the summer of 2009, a lot of European clubs wanted to sign him. One of them was Athletic Madrid. And he rejected all of them because apart from being a player of Espanyol, he also was a fan of Espanyol, a Perico. And for that decision, the team made him captain. So when the team made him captain, he only played one game as a captain. That was the opening match of
That
the
was against
stadium.
Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
And then
6 days
6
after
days.
that, we were in Italy to play a friendly match against Fiorentina. And he was at the hotel room. He suffered a heart attack and passed away.
so sad.
Yeah. So they were really close friends from the youth categories of Espanyol. I Espanyol from Spain.
Yep.
Spanish
From
national
Spain. Yeah, of
team.
course. Yeah.
And yeah, they were really close friends.
And so that's a nice example of Espanyol and Barcelona coming together.
Yeah.
Look at that, one of Espanyol's 2 European finals, the UEFA Cup 2007 against Sevilla. They played at everyone's favourite national stadium, Hampden Park. The stadium is 40,000?
40,000. Yeah.
And in terms of stadiums in the second division, how big is it compared to some of the others? Must be one of the biggest, right?
One of the biggest. Real Zaragoza has the biggest, I think.
Yeah.
Also, this year I've been to many matches of Espanyol, and I would say Huesca has a nice stadium, small but nice stadium.
Yep.
Okay, that's new as well. When they got up in first division, it was good. But we have the nicest for me.
I was going to say that because I've been to a lot of stadiums in Spain. I've been to Sevilla, Betis, Valencia, even the Camp Nou before it got knocked down. They're big, but they're old and they don't have a roof, and there's a few things that the seats are faded, whereas here the colours are nice, the pitch looks good, the facilities are good as well. Would you say this is one of the best stadiums in the whole of Spain?
Yeah, and in Europe as well.
Yeah.
Well, when you have a stadium that's new, if every 2 or 3 years you change something about the stadium, like silly things as well, like bathroom, the dressing room about the players, the tunnel. If you change every year something, the stadium stays new.
Just keeps up to date.
Yeah. So everything, I think the seats is the only thing that the stadium has never changed, and also the structure.
So we're in the airport, next day, and look, Barcelona shop. As soon as you walk out the duty free, this has got to be like prime real estate. Where is the Espanyol shop, eh? I mean, I love Betis, but why? And again, I just feel sorry for Espanyol. They're an amazing club with the best stadium in Barcelona in 2024 currently. You just don't see any of their stuff anywhere. Back we go to Edimburgo. And we're back in freezing cold Scotland. What a lovely one-day trip that was to Barcelona. Firstly, yeah, Geordie, what a guy. If every tour guide at every stadium tour was as cool and as open to be on video as what he was, then every stadium tour would be a lot easier for me. Espanyol, if anyone from the club is watching, give that man a raise. What a fantastic person he is to have representing your club on these tours. So knowledgeable and so nice. And yes, the stadium itself, I hope it brought to light for you how big of a club Espanyol really are. There's a lot of stuff that I've barely even touched on in this video, but yeah, the stadium itself, the facilities, absolutely amazing. They're in the second tier, but it belongs in the top tier, does that stadium. Like I say, there's a lot that I'm even yet to touch on that I'm going to have to cover in another video, like facts about the derby, big wins they've had against Barcelona, the fact that I think they are the club which have spent the most amount of seasons in the top tier in La Liga without actually winning it. There's loads of facts. The 4 Spanish Cups I barely went into, the 2 modern ones, I don't know if I even really mentioned them. We looked at the older ones. I think that one of the more modern ones was in like a montage, but yeah, so much to mention about this club, and I hope it's brought to light for you, yeah, a different side of Barcelona that you haven't really necessarily seen before. And if you have any more suggestions of other places that I should visit, other clubs in other big cities, then do let me know in the comments section below. I've mentioned a lot of my Spanish videos in this video, so I'm going to leave 2 Spanish videos on screen. The best way that you can help me is to subscribe and to keep watching my content, so please subscribe and please click on one of the 2 videos that are on screen right now. Thank you so much, and adios.